everyone. I hope you are having a lovely morning or evening or whatever time it is for you and enjoying Winter Pride 2020. I am Sporadic Erratic, and this is unfortunately the end of my time hosting. I'll be back again tomorrow night. It'll be tomorrow night for me anyway, but do not worry. I am leaving you in the incredibly capable hands, more capable than myself, I can't say words right now, of Princess Madeline.
Hello, this is Princess Madeline, and I'll be your host for the next couple of runs. Donation from Yuki with no comment. And while we're waiting for the next run to set up, just to remind everyone, Power Up with Pride is in support of the Trevor Project. For the last 20 years, Trevor has worked to save young lives by providing support through their free and confidential crisis programs on platforms where young people can spend their time online and by phone. On the phone, Trevor Lifeline, Trevor Chat, Trevor Text, and Trevor Space. You also go beyond our frontline crisis service to invest in education, outreach, and advocacy resources. Trevor Lifeline is their 24/7 phone line, launched in 1998 and hasn't stopped since. Trevor Chat is the crisis service for youth that prefer to talk via online instant messenger. Trevor Text, crisis service via text for youth that prefer texting on their phones. Trevor Space, the world's largest and largest safe space social networking for LGBTQ youth. Research on LGBTQ suicidology. Regular evaluations and surveys ensure their services reduce risk of suicide and help them learn of the mental health issues affecting LGBTQ youth. Advocacy to protect LGBTQ rights. They work at the local, state, and federal levels to advocate for legislation that protects the rights of LGBTQ people, and education to build allies for the LGBTQ community. They educate adults who interact with youth on LGBTQ competent suicide prevention, risk detection, and response. And by the sound of things, I think we're ready for the next run, which is Popo's Tower with seckswrecks.
Hi, I am that person. This is Popo's Tower. Well, I'll just get right into things. So we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So Popo's Tower is a 3D platformer with some parkour elements, kind of similar to Assassin's Creed, where you can climb up ledges and windowsills on the side of things. And there's also wall running and wall jumping and stuff like that. So that guy, the big stone head in the wall, said that he saw that our plane crashed and we're trapped here, and he can help us out if we bring him the thing that is trapped in the tower up there. And we're going to have to start by heading to the Shrine of the Silver Monkey and avoiding that temple guard who wants to grab us. But the choice is ours and ours alone. So we're just going to we're gonna need to collect all these stars. There's 9 of them in order to complete the game. And then we're also going to be collecting special parts of our ship. And in order to do that, we're going to do a few glitches. One of these is what's called a water walk, where you bonk against the side there while you're passing through the death plane of the water, and you don't die, and you can walk in the water. It's that easy. So here we have the double jump, because everyone loves jumping twice. And we're just going to do some quick parkour to get over here. And collect our first special ship part. And I guess I can start explaining a little bit about screwing up tricks. So, yeah, anyway, what I was going to start explaining is the developers of this game, Sock Pop. They are a collective of game developers that maintains a Patreon where if you are subscribed, they release 2 games a month. So it's kind of like a rolling game jam sort of deal where each developer in the collective is working on their game for the next their next scheduled release. And the games are also available individually to purchase for $3 a piece. Or if you subscribe to the Patreon for at least $3 a month, you get both of them. So it's kind of like a half-off deal. So that trick I actually did there where I climbed up one wall, that's not intended. Normally, when you jump away from a wall, if you try to turn around in the air, it robs you of all your lateral momentum, and you won't make it back to the wall. But if you jump off at an angle and then get re-angled in the air back towards the wall, then everything works out a lot better than things are working out in this run. Having some slight controller issues. I don't know what's going on here with my stick. But so I do a little bit of parkour to kind of get to this area backwards to drop this bridge, which we're going to need to go on later. And you see me pausing. That's kind of a force of habit. We're timing this in real time, so it doesn't really matter. But while the game is paused, things keep happening. But the in-game timer no longer progresses. So that's just a little trick to save a little bit of time while you do like these death warps and wait for bridges to fall and stuff like that. And just gotta collect key here. There are 2 keys we need to collect. Oh, this is... Okay, saved it. You're not really supposed to be able to get to this key with just the double jump. The next thing I'll be picking up is a power-up that gives you a drop kick, which sort of acts as an extra little bit of lateral momentum once you're already in the air. Lets you get through stuff and reach further places. The rules for the category actually don't require picking up the dropkick, and there are tricks you can do. It is possible to get all the collectibles without the dropkick, but it is not friendly or fun. So I am getting it. Oh. Alright, so we've got nearly all the stars. So when I hit that temple guard with the rock earlier, he dropped a star. But since I would have had to backtrack slightly to pick it up, I just kind of ignored it and grabbed it now while it was on my way. There, I walked on some invisible geometry to get through that area just slightly. And here we're gonna try a long series of those wall climbs. Okay, we're gonna go the normal way. Getting those wall climbs up this tower is one of the biggest time saves in the run. There's also another instance where you can use both a water walk and wall climbs to cut out some backtracking that'll happen later in the run. But those both are the most extensive tricks. As you can see, actually using the ledges and windowsills is a little bit slow. You got to wait out that animation of pulling yourself up every time, and it's not great. Yeah, I also very much enjoy the movement in this game. It just feels very smooth to do stuff, and there's a lot of different ways to express yourself and like kind of go around and do things a little goofy if you're not exactly going for speed. Oh, I didn't get the speed I wanted off of that, so we're gonna have to scramble. All right, hopefully this jump plays nice. And it did. And here's that second key. Normally someone would have already told us that he wants us to get the key. But we did that longer jump to avoid having to talk to him and kind of do a little bit more straight ahead routing. I like jumping over these guys, directly over top of them because they put their hands in the air and wave them around as if they just don't care. But you really don't want to get grabbed by them because somehow we made it to the temple run without any medallions. So if they grab us, it's all over. And here's our friend, Popo the clown, who's locked up. And he told us, you got to go get the key. And then since we already had the key, it just kind of jumps right into the cutscene where you save Popo. And we're just going to do another quick death warp here. Popo told us that he actually knows how to use this magic wand, which is handy because it can make these invisible platforms visible and physical. If there's any donations, there's some time to read those out.
No donations, but I do want to remark upon how this is probably the first game I've ever seen where that involves giving a clown a piggyback for progression.
Yeah, I think more games should have giving clowns piggyback rides. It's a great mechanic. It does, however, unfortunately limit you to one jump, and you move slightly slower, which is why I left the clown back there instead of using him for these invisible platforms as you're intended to do, which makes me have to do one last tricky bit of this run to get the last of the 9 stars to collect.
So then the clown actually does stuff for you while he's riding on your back?
Yes, the clown uses the wand to make those platforms visible, and also can attack the temple guards and kind of banish them to another dimension or whatever you want to pretend is happening to have them not be dead. And we're gonna need the clown a little bit here to do that backtracking I brought up earlier to get 2 more collectibles, and then this isn't any faster to drop and pick up the clown like this, but it's just kind of goofy looking. So, this normally boring straight walk down this runway here, I spice up a little bit. Fortunately, my mashing was not consistent enough. There we see the temple guard get poofed away.
And he's gone.
Yeah. So here's the one that you can not backtrack at all. You'd water walk over to this tall tower that I'm heading towards, and then do a very long and tedious series of those wall climbs that is very risky because it's so skinny. The wall climbs are easier when you have a lot more like horizontal space to work with. When it's so skinny, it's very tricky and very, very easy to miss the timing, and you miss one and the whole thing's ruined. So it's definitely not a marathon safe strategy to go to. We just got one more special piece of our airplane to collect here. they're very important parts of the airplane. Like there's like the rear view mirror, which I guess is kind of important, but then there's also like gold rims and a bobblehead and cool stickers. You know, all very important parts for an airplane's function.
Oh, absolutely. If you don't have a bobblehead, you may as well not be flying at all.
Exactly. That's how you can tell when there's turbulence, is when the bobblehead's going, then you know you got turbulence.
Also, it's just nice to have company in the cockpit.
Exactly. Well, even though I flew here alone, it is a two-seater plane, and we will be taking Popo with us, which is great because we've met this new friend and we gave him a piggyback ride, and then we get to take him with us after he's been trapped in that tower. So now's the boss fight, and we're just going to do a few wall climbs here to get up to these rocks that we have to throw at the big stone head. For some reason, the big stone head is allergic to smaller rocks. I'm not quite sure on how that works out, but that's what happens. And then while it's waiting to load the scene, we do some running, and we are done with the run. Time.
All right.
So here's just the cutscene where he repairs our plane for us, and then we fly away. We got the windshield, the wing mirrors, the flag, bobblehead, the sticker, the golden rims, and that was Popo's Tower. Thanks for having me on one of my favorite event series of the year. It's you know, great cause, being having money raised for it by a bunch of great people, and it's just a lot of fun all weekend. So be sure to stick around, donate if you have the means, and you know, keep staying awesome, everyone in chat.